We have one more round of applause for Jesse White Deer. I mean, he shit his pants for you guys. Come on. All right, so as some of you may know, I'm a blacksmith. And I'm not saying any of that to be like manly or to brag. It's not like, oh, my name's Nate and I have an 11.5-inch penis. Like, it's nothing like that. And a half. And a half, it's also true, but it's not relevant to this story. So I'm a blacksmith. It's also not to tell you guys blacksmith jokes. I could tell you one if you wanted to hear it, but you're not going to laugh, and I can promise you. Would y'all like to hear a blacksmith joke? Okay. So I just bought a blacksmith's dog the other day. I brought it home, and the first thing it did was make a bolt for the door. Fucking right? There's only like 2 people. Blacksmiths aren't funny. What the fuck? Anyway, I'm a blacksmith. I've been busy. Like, this year has been by far the busiest year I've ever had. And, I mean, it's a great problem to have, but also I'm one fucking person with one hammer and one anvil, and I'm losing my goddamn mind. But anyways, I've been busier than a one-armed Kyle at a drywall factory. Meme jokes. Yeah, it's good shit. One-armed Kyle at a drywall factory? Where the fuck am I? Oh, anyways, yeah, I had to remember where I was going with this. So I had a guy come out the other day. I made an order for him. He came to pick up his knife and was like, oh, this thing's fucking beautiful or whatever. Also, here's a bunch of other orders for some Christmas shit that I want. I'm like, fucking great, dude. Can you leave now? And I tell him price, and he starts giving me shit, which is one of those things that I've never understood about, like, being an artist or being a craftsperson. Hell, being a musician, being a fucking comedian. Like, why is it that anybody thinks that they can come and take an order from you and then just start fucking grilling you on your hourly wage? Like, it's my full-time job. It's what I do to eat. And this guy's just fucking grilling me. Imagine if I flipped that on my head, or on its head, on my head. Imagine if we flipped that on its head. And I went to whatever corporate butt-fucking job that he had and started negotiating his hourly wage for the service that he was going to provide for me. Like, this dude would be more butthurt than, like, a porn star after a Lex the Impaler scene. Nobody? It's that innocent crowd thing. That's what it is. So Lex the Impaler is a black porn star with a horrifically huge penis. This thing is fucking crazy. Like, and he puts it inside people. It's awful. So still only a couple of laughs. Porn is a movie in which people fuck for like the entertainment of like teenage boys and husbands who don't appreciate the company of their wives any longer, but they still want to get off, Oh, wow. So this crowd is really innocent. So a movie. We'll have to go into that, right? Because porn is a movie, and I described a movie, so now we're on movies. A movie is a rapid succession of photos that, when like sped at the right speed, they create the illusion of movement. Still no one. All right, fuck it. Anyways, tonight we have Lex the Impaler here. Please give a round of applause for Lexington Steele.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as he called me, I'm Lex the Impaler. I'm lying, my penis isn't near that big. My name is Brandon Roberts. Let me clear this mic stand real quick so y'all can see how big I am. I don't like this time change because it gets dark early and I'm scared of the dark. I think that's why me and my dad don't get along very well. Wow, tough crowd, that usually kills. Okay, good to know, good to know. Believe it or not, I am single, no kids, no baby mama drama. My problem is that I'm too picky, okay? But I'm looking for one thing, money. Thank you. Yay for money. I want a rich old woman. I'm really just trying to Anna Nicole Smith, somebody's grandma out here. So, ladies, if you're single, if your husbands are gone, I got you. I'll give you my number after the show. I'm a big dude, But I learned this the other day because I got out of bed and my mattress goes, whew. So right after that, I went and I got me a gym membership. Just to Planet Fitness, nothing special. I got it for the free tanning, I'm gonna be honest with you. But I have to use the stand-up tanning booth because the beds have weight limits. And so I realized that I'm still too tall for these standing ones because like nipple down, I'm like my dad's family's color. They're black, by the way. But like nipple up, I'm getting a little light. So I think I'm gonna have to get in there and just like squat down a little bit, you know? It's tough, it's hot out here for a pimp. So we've established that I'm biracial, I'm black and white, but I got all the bad things from both sides. Like I got white boy knees, so I can't run fast or jump, and I ain't got a booty, but I got my dad's credit score, so it kind of evens out. I was training to be a nurse at one point, but don't woo that. I got kicked out. I got kicked out of the program. I was trying to treat this lady for jaundice. Turned out she was just Asian. Sneaky, snuck that one in there on me. I'm only 25, but I can't freaking wait till I can go to the nursing home. That just sounds like the life. I mean, my life revolves around meals, bedtime, and bowel movements anyway, so I might as well be amongst my peers. Do y'all believe in karma? Anybody? This guy that's grinning with way too many teeth? Sorry, sir. Can't help it. You look like a hammerhead shark. Just kidding. I love you, man. Love you. You don't look like a hammerhead shark. Just a regular shark. So I was visiting my friend at work one day. She was showing me a video of her grandpa singing covers of songs on YouTube. Her grandpa has one arm, okay? He was not a veteran. He lost this arm because he was drinking on the job as a construction worker. He didn't even lose it in a cool way. So I'm laughing at this one-armed man singing Miley Cyrus songs. I came in like a wrecking ball. Hilarious. So if you've ever seen a one-armed man sing that, it's even funnier. I'm just glad he didn't try to act it out because I don't feel like he would have had the right support. Anyway, that's for another day. So I'm laughing at this one-armed man, and she tells me, Brandon, you better stop. Karma's gonna get you. Well, I don't believe in karma. I'm not AT&T customer service Indian. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. So the old lady laughed. She probably don't even have AT&T. She's got consumer cellular. Come on, guys. No offense, ma'am. I like your phones with the big buttons. So I didn't believe in karma. So she's like, stop, karma's gonna get you. Well, little did I know that a few hours later, karma was gonna come rolling around the corner in a hover round. Because this old man comes through there, and he's like, where's your bathroom? And she's like, it's right there. Keep in mind, I don't work at this place. So he's rolling up to the bathroom, and I'm like, his hover round ain't gonna fit. And I'm realizing this, and she's not. So he pulls up to the door, and he's like, I'm gonna need some help. And I look at her, and I crack up. I fall out on the floor. And then I hear, sir. So I go help this one-armed man. And I'm like, what do you need me to do? And he's like, grab my arm. I was like, you don't have one. He's like, other arm. I was like, okay, that makes more sense. So I gave him this like reach around kind of thing, picked him up out of his chair, and I get him in the bathroom, and I just start to run. Well, he goes, shut the door. I don't want her to see. I was like, I don't want to see either, okay? First of all, let's just get that clear. I don't get paid enough or at all. So he's like, shut the door. So I shut the door. I'm a good guy sometimes when I'm not making fun of old people or that guy. So I'm in the bathroom with this one-armed man, which I feel kind of safe because I feel like I could take him. I think I got an advantage because he's got bad knees and he's kind of standing like this. And so I'm like, what do you need me to do now? He's like, I need you to pull my pants down. I was like, buddy, you don't pay near enough for that. I was like, I'll throw something strange for a piece of change, but not for free. All right. I'm not a proud man, but I'm too proud for that. So I pulled down his pants. And so I pulled this man's pants down, and I get him on the toilet, and I leave, okay? A few minutes later, I hear, doom, 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 doom. Sir. So I'm like, oh, God. So I go back in there, and he's like, shut the door behind you. I was like, buddy, I'm going to shut the door because at this point, I don't want her to see either. So he's like, I need you to pick me up off the toilet. And I was like, wash your hand first. So he washes his hand, and I pick him up off the toilet, and he's like, I need you to pull my pants up. I was like, buddy, you're asking a little too much here. So I was like, I'll tell you what, I'll pull him up, but you got to poke that thing out like you're taking an Instagram picture, because if that thing touches me, I'm shooting this place up. I already look like it anyway. They don't let me near bus stations. I don't get on planes because I'll get randomly selected. Yeah, I got a Chinese friend. That was funny. That was probably you, Danny. So I got a Chinese friend. His name is Yi Chen, just so y'all know that I'm being real. His girlfriend is full-blood Chinese. And they had a baby recently, but the baby came out like white. Like white. Like MAGA hat white. Like there's black people out here barbecuing white. So I was like, I pulled him to the side because I didn't want to start no drama in front of his gal. So I'm like, hey, yo, Yi-Chen, how do I say this? Two Wongs don't make a white. And he's like, F you, dude. We got into it, and he wound up telling me that a white and a black apparently make in Afghanistan. So here I am. We're no longer friends. I was right. It wasn't his baby. So joke's on him. Actually, joke's on both of us because we're not friends. I also have a Mexican friend. Her name is Diana. The thing about Diana is like her family is super Mexican. Like run from people with MAGA hat Mexican. Like there's Mexican people out here barbecuing Mexican. And so I get invited to a birthday party at her family's house. So I'm like, all right, bet. Tacos, enchiladas. I go full racism. Enchiladas, rice, beans. No. I get there, and she's walking with her hand behind her back. So I'm like skeptical because I grew up in the hood. So I'm like, does she have a gun or a water balloon? So she's walking up to me grinning, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I fixed you a plate. And I was like, okay. And she pulls the plate from behind her back to reveal a plate that had fried chicken, mashed potatoes, watermelon, and salad on it. First of all, how did you fit all that on that little Dixie plate? Number two, why do you put watermelon on the same plate as fried chicken? Number three, why is it by the mashed potatoes? I feel like that's going to be weird. And number four, you know that that's two of the three foods I don't eat in public. That's fried chicken and watermelon, by the way. All right, now I can move on. The third one is Kool-Aid, if y'all were wondering. So Donald Trump is our president. Oh, wow. He's been president so long, I feel like Mexican is a bad word. Do we have any Trump supporters in here? All right, good. I don't have to call security. No, there's no security in here. We're not paying for that. I think I'm security. No, he's security. Mr. Deeds over there. That's security right there. If you get out of line, he's going to grab your butt. I couldn't vote for Donald Trump. He did one thing, just one thing that I could not forgive. If you're going to pay a porn star, Stormy Daniels, have you seen her? Her and Jimmy Neutron got the same head. Her head is tall enough to play point guard in the NBA. It's like, come on, bro. Was Alf not available? Like literally anybody else. I'll throw something strange for a piece of change. Like I said, I'm not a proud man. I'm trying to be taken care of. Stormy Daniels. That's some bull. I'm also pretty stupid. I was in Louisiana one time. And who said, oh God? Was that you, Mr. Deeds? I can tell. So they caught you and brought you here. So I was in Louisiana, and I walked out of the store, and there was this bum. And I hate to use that term because it sounds kind of bad, but F it. So there's this bum outside, and he walks up to me, and he talks just like the "Homie, where you make it" guy from Joe Dirt. So he walks up to me, and he's like, "Can you spare 38 cents?" I was like, "What?" He said, "Can you spare 38 cents?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." THIRTEIGHTCENTS, 38 cents. I can spell that. And he just looks at me crazy. He said, "No, can you spell 38 cents?" I was like, "I just did, bro. Like, calm down." Until the lady from the store comes out and she's like, "Leave him alone. He said, can you spare 38 cents? I was like, "Oh, okay. No, not anymore, I can't." Yo, Cajun douchebag. So I work at a pharmacy. On the corner every day slinging that dope. And the other day we had this guy. He's like 90-something. He'd fall over dead if he heard me tell this story. He probably already did tonight. If we want to be honest with each other. He's 90-something. He's had a good run. It's time. He's past his prime. So I make him laugh while I'm selling him his dope. And I hear his denture slip. And I'm like, I'm not thinking much about it. He said something again, and I hear him slip again. And I'm expecting him to suck him back in, give him one of those bad boys. You know what I'm talking about. Your girlfriend does that. So I'm expecting him to give me one of those slurper noises. Okay, he doesn't. So I make him laugh again, and plew, right on my counter. From the counter to the floor, from the floor to under the counter. So I, all 6'7", 300 pounds of me, have to get on the floor and get this man's dentures. So I'm reaching under there and I grab these dentures. And we've already established that I'm kind of dumb because I didn't get gloves or anything. I work in a pharmacy. They're available. So I pick up this man's teeth and he's embarrassed, all right? I'm embarrassed. I'm holding teeth. It looks like a Toy Story scene. So I'm like, you might want to wash those off. And what he says to me doesn't make sense, but I understand it. He said, "I ain't worried about it. I got corn in the truck." And just popped them back in. I was like, okay. Tougher man than I am. We get all kind of crazy people in there. Like, we get a lot of, like, drug addicts and stuff trying to buy syringes. Sometimes I sell them to them just to see if they're in the obits later. It's neither here nor there. That's why I couldn't be a nurse. I'm horrible. But we're not supposed to. So this guy comes in the other day, obviously tweaking, because he can't be still, and he's giving me this. So I'm like, what can I do for you? I know what he's going to ask me for. But I can't just say, what kind of syringes do you want? So to my counter, and he's like, can I get some syringes? And I was like, we only sell them if you get like insulin or something here. Well, my grandma gets her insulin here. I was like, okay, what's her name? I'll get her some. And I was like, you don't know your grandma's name? He goes, I forgot. I was like, the woman that pushed your mom out and has loved you for all your life, you can't remember her name? He goes, nah, not right now. So I was like, buddy, this isn't for your grandma. I'm not selling you syringes. And he goes, well, I got diabetes too. I was in a car wreck. And I was like, let me stop you right there. I don't know if you know what causes diabetes, but it's not usually car accidents. Nobody's ever been in a car accident and the EMT was like, give me 60 cc's of insulin, stat. It just doesn't work like that. Like, not in any 90210 that I've ever watched. See, that made no sense because I don't even watch 90210. So we've established that I also look like a terrorist. It was hard growing up, the only colored kid in the trailer park, and you look like this. I'm really tall, but I wanted to be a figure skater. Okay, that one usually goes over. It didn't this time. All right, bet. We'll just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. I used to work for Southern Vending, or Southern Markets, I think it's called now. I don't even know. And I had a route that was actually in Ada, believe it or not. So I look like this, and they had me dressed in all black. Somebody that looks like this, dressed in all black, is immediately suspect. But then you have me in this big container truck, and it's like, you know, little 911-y. So one day, my route truck blew up. So they had me in a U-Haul, which is even worse. Yet again, even worse. So I pulled up to one of your local establishments. It was actually Flex and Gate right up there. So I pull up to Flex and Gate, and I look around to make sure that they're all looking at me. All these rednecks, sorry if any of y'all work at Flex and Gate, all these rednecks on these forklifts, dipping their lip. I just get out and run. I just get out and take off running. I've never seen a forklift go so fast. It was incredible. Forklift had powers. I love Waffle House. That's my favorite restaurant. Like, because you can get a ton of food cheap. You go in there with $38, you'll eat for 4 months. It's wonderful. It's almost as good as having food stamps. I told you I got a bad credit score. I'm just trying to live. So the thing about Waffle House, though, is don't take me to a clean one. Don't take me to one in a good neighborhood. I want my Waffle House waitress to have gunshot wounds. I want stab wounds. I want bulletproof glass. I want her to have a name with way too many syllables, okay? I want her to be angry, okay? Because food is like music. It needs vices, all right? That's why Christian music don't sound like nothing. I'll say it. You know why Kirk Franklin was selling? Because he was watching porn, okay? It's just the truth. Fred Hammond would smoke some crack, maybe he'd sell some records. Who am I to judge? I went to Waffle House with my buddy Zach, who you're going to see later tonight. And Zach screwed me, and I didn't enjoy it, okay? I'm not going to lie, okay? I love Zach to death. I love his wife. They're great people, okay? But the thing is Zach was high, okay? And he took me to one in a white neighborhood. There was already cop cars in the parking lot, and we could tell that they were just eating inside, and he still stopped, okay? Cops don't eat at good Waffle Houses, guys. They eat at the nasty ones in white people neighborhoods, okay, where you can't cook, okay? Your waitress's name is Linda, okay? She needs to be working in accounting, not cooking at Waffle House. It was horrible. I still love Zach, though, kinda. Do y'all know the difference between white and black parents? Yes and no. That's part of it. White women hope they don't, and black women wish they would. Let me elaborate. You go into the movie theater or anywhere with assigned seats with a white woman, and it's, oh, I hope nobody's in my seats. You go in there with a black woman, I wish they would be in my seats. I'm gonna drag her down them stairs. It's gonna be tumbleweave everywhere. Wish they would. Go on and enjoy that one. That was my impersonation of a black woman. I'm gonna get stabbed later. It's fine. I have all these crazy ideas. Like, what if there was like a crackhead Olympics? So we could see what people could really do. While I'm on it, crackheads are the coolest people in the world. They're the best. They're the master race. But I want a crackhead Olympics. And like your events would be like the pole vault, and you just have like crackheads climbing like water towers and things, so you can do it the fastest. Tour de Detroit, get like 6 crackheads and some Barbie bikes, see who wins. Sponsored by Flavor Flav and Bobby Brown. I'd watch that. My pastor was preaching the other day. It's funny that I go to church. Wow. Wow. I understand it. So, my pastor was preaching, and he spoke on the scripture where the apostles or somebody tried to go cast these demons out of this guy, and this guy wound up beating these people up, stripping them naked, and sending them running. Okay, what cracked me up was, why did he feel the need to strip them naked? Like, what kind of freaky deaky demon was this? Was this like the landlady from Next Friday or something? John Witherspoon died. Y'all were supposed to laugh at that one. Jesus, too soon? Too soon? Okay. All right, we'll try another church joke. Do we have any Catholics in here? No? Okay, good, great. Great. There's always one Catholic, and they always look at me like, every time I tell this joke. I've only told it once, though, so I'm lying. So what if Catholicism started in the hood? It'd be a lot different. You'd have like Quantrell, patron saint of mixtapes. Lil T, patron saint of bootleg DVDs. Clarence, the patron saint. You ready for Clarence? The most important one. The patron saint of unpaid Sprint bills. It's my guy. I love Clarence. You'd have like Sacramento Mad Dog 2020. Get him a bottle of Ripple. I had another thought the other day for a great product, but we can never have it because he's dead. Well, one of them is dead. I don't know who's laughing, but I like you. So what if Jerry Seinfeld and Michael Jackson made GPS systems? Jerry Seinfeld would just argue with you till you didn't want to go anymore. He'd be like, why would you even want to go to Chili's? It's just the Applebee's of Mexican food. They don't even have refried beans. They just fry them once. What's up with that? Then you just stay home. The Michael Jackson GPS, you'd be like, you know what, Mike? It's been a stressful week. Let's go to the strip club. He'd be like, okay. And then you just wind up at like an elementary school. Too soon? I'm gonna leave y'all on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brandon Roberts. Thank you so much.